story. And the Israeli military has accused Hezbollah of violating the terms of a ceasefire by attempting to re-establish itself in southern Lebanon, a short distance from Israel's northern border. In a post on X, the military has said that it has identified dozens of what it calls terrorist infrastructure sites in the area of a village, including headquarters and weapons storage facilities, some of which were placed inside civilian homes. The IDF has also posted a video pointing to the places it claims are Hezbollah sites. Meanwhile, the Israeli military has struck a Hezbollah weapons storage facility in southern Lebanon. The Israeli military has kept up frequent airstrikes in Lebanon in spite of a ceasefire sealed last year in November that sought an end to more than a year of hostilities with the Iranian proxy. The latest raids come after 13 people were killed in a strike that Israel said had targeted Hamas leaderships in a Palestinian refugee camp in Lebanon this week. Peter joins us once again. Peter, of course, accusations of ceasefire violations fly between both parties when it comes to Hezbollah and Israel. However, of course, the Israeli military saying that it is going forward with stepping up operations. This must be quite concerning for those affected in the areas, and of course the fragility of this ceasefire, which was signed last November.
Indeed, Thomas, and let's be frank about it. The ceasefire has been broken, and these are the reasons why. Both the IDF and the Netanyahu cabinet and Hezbollah operatives and those supporting Hezbollah have come to the correct conclusion that the Lebanese army, who have been charged with the responsibility of disarming Hezbollah, don't have the competencies to do that. Therefore, Hezbollah feels quite emboldened in ramping up its manpower and smuggling in weapons, and Israel too feels the right and the need and the necessity to stop that. And the Lebanese army, as I say, who politically have been charged with the responsibility of disarming Hezbollah, are powerless to intervene. Until such time as that dynamic changes and Lebanon, who are trying to become more influential militarily, they are ramping up manpower, they are getting political support and military training from a variety of nations, including the USA, but they're in no position yet to undertake their objectives that has been forced upon them to, as I say, to disarm Hezbollah. And thus, we will continue to see these outbreaks, these skirmishes, until such time as the Lebanese army is in a position to do what Lebanon's government said it will try and do. Hezbollah, undoubtedly, apart from being a military influence in Lebanon, are a political influence, and they are indeed members of the Lebanese army who support Hezbollah, mainly the Shia Muslim bloc within the Lebanese army. So it's a very difficult position, and the fear is that these sporadic skirmishes get bigger, more frequent, and another conflict, a wider conflict occurs. America and the actions of the Syrian government, who can stop the smuggling routes of weapons into Hezbollah, and indeed are trying to, are the two main factors that will ensure that will determine what happens in weeks and months to come.
Yeah, and Peter, this follows just a few days ago where the Speaker of the Lebanese Parliament said that Hezbollah has the right to rebuild itself like any organization. Is this worrying discourse?
Yes, of course, and for that he's been condemned by certain parts of the political spectrum, not only in Lebanon but in the region as well. But this really exemplifies what Lebanon is all about. It's broken into religious groupings, Sunni, Shia, Druze, and political groupings that support those religious groupings, such as Hezbollah and the Shia bloc. So it's a very, very awkward situation for all parties. Naturally, the good faith actors do want to see Hezbollah disarmed and just take its place as a political force. But
Yes.
Hezbollah, like Hamas in Gaza, is unwilling to do that. And until such time as enough pressure is brought upon them, either politically or militarily, I'm afraid we're going to continue to see these sporadic outbreaks. If they can be contained, as they have been over the last 4 or 5 decades, but with the various wider conflicts, such as the Lebanese wars once a decade, we may see history repeating itself, Thomas. We may really see another outbreak. The only difference here, the only comfort factor here is that Iran, currently isolated and currently in a very, very weak position, does not have the financial, political, or military influence over her proxies as she once did. So, therefore, Hezbollah will never be as strong as she once was, unless, of course, that situation changes on the ground in Iran.
Yeah, and of course it's important to reiterate to our viewers that, of course, Hezbollah is also a political party which holds around 12 seats in 15 seats, apologies, in Lebanese government. You see Hezbollah moving forward as purely a political force in Lebanon, in the south, where indeed it, of course, does operate healthcare, schools and other facilities.
Well, that would be the wish, and all good faith actors would want that. But Hezbollah itself, still ruled by totalitarian theocrats, have this desire to eliminate the Jewish state of Israel. Now, I cannot, for the life of me, see Hezbollah's ideology changing. Will we get some more moderate clerics ruling Hezbollah? Perhaps, but I don't see that in the near future. So therefore, Hezbollah is determined to build itself up again militarily from the shocking defeats that she suffered during the Gaza war. She's able to do that, but this time without the support, as I said previously, of the Iranian regime, or without the large support of the Iranian regime. And that could itself ensure that Israel militarily, should Israel inflict severe losses on Hezbollah going forward, may determine if Hezbollah says, well, okay, chaps, we'll just act as a political force, doing the job that she is doing with social welfare, for example, in Lebanon. But at this moment, Thomas, I don't see that happening. Rather the reverse. Hezbollah is trying to build up its military operation again and its manpower, and I think we will continue to see skirmishes as we've just witnessed this week.
Yes, Peter Baum, thank you very much for joining us in that discussion. It's always a pleasure to talk to you here on the channel.